Hey everyone, it's Jen with Timeline Tarot. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. On Saturday, February 14th, 2026, I recorded a bonus reading for channel members, and the majority of them have voted, and they feel that these messages should be shared with all of you. So what I did was I took the nearly 3-hour video and I edited it down, one for each of the zodiac signs. I encourage you to watch your sun, moon, rising, as well as your Venus. If you're not sure what your placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also in the description box is information on how you can become a time traveler. I issue 48 exclusive readings to members every month. And so if you'd like to join us, that would be fantastic. But whether you can or you can't, please drop some love in the comment section for channel members, because as I said, this reading that normally would be exclusive to them has been made available to you thanks to their love, care, and concern for the collective. I hope you enjoy this reading. Hello, time travelers. It's Jen. How are you doing? I really appreciate your support and your membership, and I want you to know that I do pay attention to the readings that I release for you. I know that you're 12 short, so this is going to be your bonus reading here. We're going to take a look at something that Source wants you to focus on at this time, okay? And I'm going to begin with Aries, work my way around the zodiac wheel here, ending at Pisces. Timestamps will be in the description box. I've set the intention of this reading to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus, so you're welcome to look at any or all of them. And if you don't know what those placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also, you know the rule. It's a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, just take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means that it's someone else's, and don't forget to check out your other placements. Also, at the end of this reading, I'm going to do a collective general reading for everyone watching, and I think that's everything that I want to say. Again, I apologize for the delay in getting out the bonus reading. I just was swamped here with horrible winter weather, and I finally come through it, and I'm like, okay, now it's time to do that bonus reading. So, all right, without any further delay, here we go. Oh, one more thing. Please keep in mind, I'm a Gemini. We are now pre-shadow Mercury retrograde. So if I stumble on my words or I talk a little too fast or a little too slow, I just ask for your forgiveness ahead of time. Okay. With all of that said, I think that's with all of that said now. All right, let's begin. Hello, Gemini twin gang. Let's see what Source wants us to focus on at this time. We have conflict. Okay. Tell me why conflict is something that Gemini needs to focus on at this time. Just saw the Page of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. Why is conflict something that the Gemini collective needs to focus on at this time? One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Chariot. We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Hanged Man. And we have the Six of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Six of Pentacles. And we've got the Devil. Gemini, I feel like this is very specific for those of you where you want to move forward towards the Ten of Pentacles, but moving towards this puts you in conflict with something or someone who's been in your life for a long time. This is like, I'm going to get comfortable here, Gemini, sorry. This is like having a job opportunity that's like the job of your dreams, right? Or the job you've always wanted, but it would put you in conflict with your family because now you would have to relocate. Or it would put you in conflict with your person because maybe you need to relocate for this job, but they don't want to relocate. So I just feel like there's an opportunity here for you in respect to long-term emotional or financial abundance. But if you were to move in this direction, it would cause conflict, like I said, with something or someone in your life. Tell me about the Six of Cups. Tell me about that Six of Cups. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Six of Cups is clarified by Three of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. Bottom of the deck, King of Cups. Yeah, this is so super specific. This is like something you want to build, create, move towards. You've been waiting for this opportunity for a long time. And now it's like you either have this opportunity or it's about to come in really quick. But again, it's going to put you at conflict here with someone in your life. This could be like a single Gemini who has children, okay, and you're about to meet someone new, or maybe you are currently in a connection, but your children don't like this person, or they won't like this new person. You know, it's like something you've always wanted, or the type of person you've always wanted, but it puts you at odds here. There's someone here who doesn't like this direction that you want to move in, or something that you want to build or create for yourself, or again, maybe a love partner that you want to engage with. And this could even be your current love, you know, you and your current love partner are at odds over something because you want to move in a particular direction and they don't. Knight of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, and the Devil. Why is the Devil there? Why is the Devil there? One more shuffle here. Thank you. This is clarified by the Page of Cups, the Sun, and the Hierophant. Bottom of the deck, Four of Swords. Oh, the Devil is the opportunity. The Devil is the situation, environment, or connection here that you have the opportunity here now to move towards, or like I said, or create for yourself. And it's really tempting. It's real. That Devil card's talking about temptation. So if you're experiencing this, we need to address the conflict. If you're not currently experiencing this, you're about to. So again, some opportunity here is about to land in your lap. It is incredibly enticing. You want to move in this direction. But there's someone here who feels like that if you were to do that, it wouldn't be fair to them, or it would leave them out, or you would be putting your resources somewhere else other than them. So again, this is like being a single parent, and now you meet someone new, and you're like, oh my God, I so want to move towards this relationship. I like this person. It's fun. It's flirty, right? It's passionate. I've waited a long time to be able to have that, you know, Ace of Wands, right? This passionate connection. But you have a kid here. It's like, but wait a minute. You're spending so much time now with this new person. You're not spending a lot of time with me. And so it's going to cause conflict between, you know, you and your child. Or again, you have a new opportunity here to, you know, obtain this job or this promotion, but it requires you to relocate. And your person's like, wait a minute, I'm not ready to relocate. That's not something that I want to do. And you're like, but I really want this. This is the job of a lifetime. I mean, Chariot could even indicate travel or relocation. So again, the feeling here is you're very passionate about, I want to do this. I want to move forward. I want to relocate, right? And your person's like, no, wait a minute, we don't have the money to do that. Or again, I'm not ready to do that. Or I'm going to need more time before we do that. For those of you currently in a partnership, there could be something like you want to take the relationship to a higher level of commitment. You've waited a long time to be able to do this. And your person's like, I'm not ready. There's definitely someone here who feels like either you moving in this direction will reduce the resources you invest in them, time, love, money, talent, commitment, etc., etc. Or you have someone here that's like, you want to move in this direction. And they're like, well, I do too, but not right now. You need to address this conflict. So again, whether it's a conflict with someone who feels like, well, if Gemini does this, I'm going to get less from Gemini. You can't just brush this under the rug and say, well, I'm going to do it anyway. It's like we need to address the conflict. And if this is in regards to like you want to relocate or take this job or move this relationship to a higher level of commitment, and you have family here or you have your partner here who's like, I don't want to do that, or I don't want to do that right now. Again, the conflict needs to be addressed. We can't just pretend like everything's fine. Oh, the kid will eventually like the new person, you know, or my person will finally get on board and we'll eventually get married or we'll eventually relocate. It's like, I don't think you could be passive with this and just assume that whoever's in conflict with you about this decision is going to like suddenly come to their senses. I don't think that's the answer here. Oh, the conflict needs to be addressed. Tell me more about the conflict. Or actually, how can Gemini address the conflict? How can Gemini address the conflict? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Three of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Strength card. Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles. There's something here about having a discussion. Pages could talk about discussion. Four of Wands, the King of Wands. There needs to be a discussion here with this individual about how to move forward in this direction. That's really weird. The answer here is not for you to say, I don't want to invest in this, or I don't want to do this, or I don't want to date this person. Like, the answer here isn't to capitulate to this other person and say, okay, you don't want to get married, so I'm never going to get married, or you don't want a higher level commitment. Okay, we can just, stay in this non-committed relationship. Or, okay, you don't want me to take the job, I won't take the job. Like, that's not the answer. The answer is here. The answer is, how can you and this person come together, Three of Pentacles, to create an understanding or to create a plan on how to move forward? But the conflict here needs to be addressed. The person's not going to suddenly like whatever it is that you're doing, or suddenly go along with it. So a discussion here needs to be had. If this message is resonating for you, not on how we give up on this, how do we achieve this? Or what compromise needs to be made so you can support me in this endeavor, or that we can move forward together in this endeavor? There's a lot of pentacle energy here on the table, and I'm looking at it in terms of like Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Like the Taurus energy could be a little bullish and say, no, I want to do this, or I want us to do this. But then Virgo, high vibrational Virgo, could be like, but let's create a system or plan in that Knight of Pentacles. Let's compromise on this. Or let's figure out a way how we can do this together. Or what will make you happy? Okay, mommy or daddy is going to be going out on dates now on Friday nights, but what can we do on Saturday nights then? That's just a you and me day. I remember when I had met Tony, and his kids were very little. It was like post-divorce when I met him. And I think the daughter, especially because she was a couple years older than her brother, she kind of felt like, but visitation weekends were always me and daddy. And now it's me, daddy, and Jen. You know, she used to call me Jay back then before she called me mom. But that was the feeling. Like, oh, now I don't have me and daddy time. Now it's me, daddy, and Jay time. And so what we did was we made sure that when she came over Friday night to Sunday night, there was like a family building time for us. Like we'd watch a movie, or I'd paint her nails, or we would just do something fun with her together, all three of us. But then I allowed them to have their own, father-daughter time. And maybe they would go see his parents, and I would stay home. Like I wanted her to know she still had space with dad, that I wasn't infringing on that. So there's something like that here at play where, again, it's not telling you don't date this person who has a kid. It's just saying be mindful of how it's going to impact that kid. Or if it's you with the kid, how's it going to impact your kid? It's not telling you not to take the job, but it's how to sit down with this person, family member. It could be a parent you're taking care of. That's like, well, I don't want you to take that job because now you're not going to be around much to take care of me. Again, there's just someone here that feels one of two things. One, if you move in this direction or you participate in whatever this is, you have less resources for them. Or they do want to move in this direction with you, but they're not ready just yet. And again, your answer isn't to give up on whatever this is. It's how do we work together to find the compromise? But the conflict needs to be addressed. Sorry if I'm stumbling over my words. Mercury, our ruling planet, is in pre-shadow right now, so I'm fumbling and bumbling my way through the reading. I'm so sorry. I'm not having a stroke, I promise. Not joking about anyone who has had strokes. Please don't take it that way. All right, 3 cards of advice here for Gemini. One more shuffle. Thank you. 10 of Cups. Happiness here can be achieved. Page of Cups, little communication. 7 of Swords. Again, communication. If you think that this person is just going to accept a new person, or accept you relocating, or accept you getting a job, you know what I mean? Accept you giving less to them now because you're focused on something else, you're mistaken. If you think you're going to be able to move forward with this move or this new creative endeavor, and your person's just going to eventually go along with it, you're mistaken. You're mistaken. Like, you're not going to be able to get away with this, so to speak, with that 7 of Swords, because sometimes 7 of Swords could talk about like trying to get away with something. You're not going to be able to get away with this. And what I mean by that is create that Ace of Wands for yourself, or move towards it without having that discussion here with someone. There needs to be a discussion. Like, how do we support this or move towards this? Or again, what is the compromise here that needs to be had so we can both be happy with what's happening here? Or we could create a strategy or a plan that makes both of us happy. And I think you have to take the lead on this, Gemini, or at least that's your advice at this time. So take the lead on having and initiating that conversation, and have some good ideas for that conversation ahead of time. So you can say, I know you're not particularly happy with this, but here are some of my suggestions on how we can come to an amicable, agreement here. Or again, create a schedule or a plan that works for both of us. I think that's your best route at this time. That is what I have for you, Gemini. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, see, there goes Mercury retrograde. If you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Thank you so much for watching that reading. I hope that it is beneficial to you at this time. Remember to drop some love in the comment section for our channel members because they made that message available to you at this time. If you'd like to join them, in the description box is information on how you can become a time traveler. I release 48 exclusive readings to members, and so if you can join us, that would be fantastic. Remember to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.